Hebrews and Shebrews, welcome to a brand new video. Today we're talking about Kanye West. For those of you that are unaware, he's been having something of a crash out lately from essentially pimping his wife out, taking her to a gala naked, which we've covered in our previous video. That was definitely weird and wild and awesome. But I want to show you something much weirder and wilder. Kanye West released a new music video, the Heil Hitler music video. I'm obviously not gonna play it because I don't want to get demonetized and copyrighted at the same time. But essentially, he's got a bunch of black people in a room yelling N-word, Hail Hitler, N-word, Hail Hitler. Essentially, that's the entire song. And I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a bop. Not gonna lie. Anyway, the reason why I personally find this incredibly funny is the meltdowns over this song are monumental. Like, actual monumental meltdowns literally going on. Not even exaggerating, it's crazy. So, of course, I made a tweet because I'm back on Twitter. Definitely follow me at @Nux_Taku. I have returned to Twitter. New Houthi musical dropped at Hassan, where it's a bunch of people saying Hail Hitler and the N-word. Now, the reason why I find this very funny is because you have people on the woke side of the force absolutely losing their shit. Here you have a guy who made a song where he said Hail Hitler, which is obviously very controversial and not a very nice thing to do. Absolutely losing their mind. They want to ban Kanye off every platform. They want to ruin his life. They want to go crazy. All right. Then you got the people on the that's the far left freaks. The far right freaks are like, yeah, he's so based. He's so based for this, yeah! And they're literally, revealing their true colors, exactly what they've always believed inside. Now they're finally putting it out there. Now, what I have to say is kind of very funny, personally, is the fact that you got, like, people in the middle, like I'd say the moderate middle type of people, that have no problem singing this song with the Hail Hitlers, but they self-censor themselves when they're saying the N-word, because they don't want to offend black people. Dog, that is my favorite thing. To every single person out there that self-censors the N-word when they sing this song, but is more than happy to do, like, Nazi Hitler salutes, saying Hail Hitler, that has got to be the wildest shit in the universe. The double standard is crazy. But, now that everyone is truly exposed as an actual retard, I am very happy to tell you that it gets so much worse. Now, I personally find this all very funny because Hitler wanted an Aryan white race, and he wanted, he said that he wants all black people to get killed, that black people are a stain on this earth, and that he wanted to kill all of them. That's what Hitler said. So I have to say, it is pretty funny that here we are, a couple years later, and the two biggest known Hitler supporters on the internet are a black retard and a gay Mexican. It is truly the greatest of days. The two biggest Hitler supporters on the internet right now, black edgelord and gay Mexican. It's honestly, it is not, I'm not even exaggerating. This is the fucking funniest shit in the entire world. Like, that is awesome. So, a few hours after he posted his Hail Hitler music video, which everyone is freaking out about. I guess I'm the only person that's not freaking out about this video. Like, I don't, support it, he's so brave. I just think he's, he's a retard. All right, listen, I'm not, whoa, he's so brave. No, he's just a retard. And I'm also not on the other side where I'm, offended by his, and I'm a Jew, by the way. My whole family is Holocaust survivors. I'm not offended that some random guy made some song, Hail Hitler. We gotta stop getting offended over bullshit. All right, so on the one hand, you have Let's Censor him. On the other hand, he's so right, and all those people are retards. That's why you subscribe to the Nuxanor channel and hit the join button right next to the subscribe button to support me. I am the only guy who's actually willing to call everyone retards, because that's what's going on. Now, all right, so that's our black Nazi and our gay Mexican Nazi. We call them Gexicans. But anyway, a few hours after he makes this song, he promotes a crypto scam. It's the same people every time. I love this so much. Oh my God. Kanye West promotes a Diddy shitcoin after he claimed he offered $2 million not to scam his community. Oh, no, never mind. This was a little bit ago. This was a little bit ago. But that's really funny. I have to say that's really hilarious. Dude has zero morals and it's fucking awesome. Someone in my chat just said Kanye is mentally ill. Calling him a retard is offensive in my opinion. He just made a song about hailing Hitler, but you're offended on his behalf that I'm calling him a retard? Like, homie, chill the fuck. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, so Piers Morgan, news guy extraordinaire and professional libtard, has made one of the videos of all time. I don't dislike Piers Morgan, you should know. I actually like Piers Morgan, even though I think that he's a giant hypocrite with a lot of the things that he says. But I find his news show entertaining. So he tried to cash in on some Kanye hype by interviewing Kanye West and Sneako. That's right. They got all the fucking cucks together. The cucks that are supporting Nazism in 2025. They brought all of them together to actually get humiliated further. So we're gonna look at this giant interview with Sneako and Kanye and Piers Morgan. I didn't watch this yet, but I do have to say, I know that Piers Morgan is one of the people that is, unironically, trying to get Kanye banned everywhere. So, like, you gotta understand the irony that his show is called Piers Morgan Uncensored and he's trying to censor Kanye. The retards are not winning this one. Anyway, this is a great situation where no one wins except for me. Lock in, boys and girl. Hell yeah.
2 years ago, I interviewed Kanye Ye West on
Kanye
Uncensored
Ye
after
West.
He'd made global headlines for anti-Semitic outbursts.
True.
Most outrageously, he tweeted that he wanted to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people.
True.
It was a heated interview. It's a long interview. I held him to account. I told him his remarks were offensive. He caused many people a lot of pain. And he gave me some back, of course.
All right.
Called me a Karen. Fair enough.
Wait, what? He called him a Karen? No.
And he gave me some back, of course. He called me a Karen.
That is so right. Bro, British news is so fucked. Everyone in the British media are just Karens, dude. They're all Karens, man. That's awesome. That's incredible. That's amazing. That's so funny. Called him a Karen. Oh, God.
Fair enough.
Okay,
I can take it. At least we had a mostly grown-up conversation. These
Big
constant tirades against Jewish people.
He doesn't like Jewish people.
Have you felt my pain yet? You haven't felt my pain.
You
don't want to feel my pain.
Well, no, hang
you don't
on.
hold You don't hold accountability to my pain. You're being a Karen.
Do you believe that?
So fucking awesome that he called him a Karen. By the way, for the record, the pain he's referring to, I think, is after he shat on people, they shat on him back.
You have any form of
Although I don't know, man.
mental illness?
I believe that I suffered from exhaustion. I suffered from being lied to constantly by the people around me, by my management, by my ex-wife.
Do you still love Kim?
I absolutely I'll love her for life.
That interview lasted
Damn.
2 hours in the end. We covered a lot of ground. There were moments of tension.
Can I show you my favorite clip from that interview? I don't remember that interview, but I do remember one clip from that interview that's fucking awesome. So I have to show it to you. So this is a clip of Kanye explaining why he hates Jews. I thought this clip was so great. It was so good. All right, so lock in.
Also, I'm envious of the Jewish people. I'm envious of how they don't abort their children. I'm envious of how they don't shoot each other in the streets and then rap about it. I'm envious of how their families stay together. I'm envious that they turn their phones off on Friday night and the family comes together. I'm envious of how they do the business together.
Yeah, so ironically, I wonder, I don't know what his true feelings were. I don't know what his true feelings are. I do think he is actually mentally handicapped, to be honest. I mean, no offense, but I think he is a retard. And I mean that as a diagnosis, not as a slur. But I don't know. Realistically, he released this fucking Hail Hitler video, and the internet's going crazy, so we're talking about it. But this is my favorite Kanye clip of all time. That last one was my favorite from the interview, but this is my favorite clip of all time.
Drove me to a point of exhaustion, which was misdiagnosed by I'm not gonna say what race, what people, a doctor, and what hospital, and what media it went to. We know I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor.
That's the greatest clip on the internet. I love this one so much. I'm not gonna say, we're not allowed to criticize them, all right? I'm not gonna say what race, what ethnicity. It was a Jew. Nice, got him. Anyway, I thought that was awesome. Hell yeah, dude. Folding under zero pressure. But anywho, back to Piers Morgan's diatribe.
I think a mutual understanding. Yeah, he got up and walked off at one point, but he had to think about what he wanted to say, and then he came back and he said it.
And we'll have the top lawyers like a Johnny Cochran, Robert Kardashian level legal team.
All right.
You know, looking at all of these contracts together. After that moment happens, then I will say, I'm sorry.
Okay, if that's your position, that's great.
Interview adjourned. Love you.
Okay.
Yay, thanks for sitting back down. I'll change the subject now. Obviously, I've no idea what's going on in this guy's head, and he's unquestionably a genius artist with a global fan base and massive...
I don't know. I think he's really mentally ill, to be honest. But I'm not gonna lie. The drama surrounding the man is pretty hilarious. Listen, you can either cry or you could laugh. Laughing is healthier.
Talent. He's lived most of his life under the microscope of intense fame, and that pressure alone can make people behave very oddly. Back then, I was trying to understand if Ye had any regret or remorse for what could have been a relatively isolated incident or some kind of episode. I wanted to know if he understood there are consequences for his words, and whether he was genuinely a...
Consequences for his words. Dude, England is so cooked. I don't understand what we're... So, in my opinion, words do have consequences. I do believe so. Now, on the one hand, you have a freedom of speech, all right? I think that's important to note. You have a freedom of speech. And on the other hand, you have a freedom of other people thinking you're a piece of shit and not wanting to associate with you because of your speech. Those two things are equally valid. But he wants him censored, blacklisted, hidden, and I think that is like a step too far. I mean, look, it's England. Welcome to England. This just happened in England. Oh, today! The man who burned a Quran in Manchester is charged with a crime. Britain officially has blasphemy laws, okay? They are arresting people for this, bro. That's England. Welcome to England. So yeah, anyway.
Racist. Well, we now know it's just the tip of the iceberg. As far as the watching public is concerned, Ye has spiraled in both his personal life and his business life. Most recently, he's taken to posting endless, outrageous anti-Semitic slurs on X. He frequently professes his great love for Adolf Hitler. He poses in swastikas and cake.
Such a freak. I mean, legitimately. I do think he hates Jews. I really do. At this point, I think he hates Jews. And I don't really like him as a person either, to be honest. But holy fuck, it's entertaining as shit.
KK costumes. He says things like Jews were better as slaves and they should be whipped. We all know this because...
I mean, we've seen this everywhere. Listen, a lot of people hate Jews. You don't understand. Like, bro, there's an entire viral shit going around on Twitter. There was a new pope that was elected, all right? New pope was elected. Check this shit out. Hey Catholics, congratulations. Large crooked nose, weird hairline, small hat, crooked spine. It's the Jews. It's a Jew. So, I don't know. If you can blame everything on the Jew, everything gets blamed on the Jews. It's just a matter of time.
Because X has allowed him to carry on doing it to his 33 million followers. I've argued for a long time his account should be shut down. It should be stopped.
You see, that's the thing. I agree with suppressing tweets that are inciting violence. I do agree with that. Well, actually, I think if people are inciting violence, they should get banned, personally. But I do think that maybe tweets that are promoting dangerous ideas perhaps maybe should get stifled. Maybe. However, banning people from platforms for being an edgelord is not the way, in my opinion.
That's my opinion. I believe passionately in free speech and I detest censorship because I believe in the importance of sharing honestly held opinions in a democracy. But posting endless, vile, anti-Semitic insults, encouraging violence against Jewish people.
I agree, but I didn't see any tweets of him encouraging violence against Jewish people. I didn't see any tweets like that, personally. I saw him say that Jews should be our slaves. I did see some of those tweets, but I didn't see him directly inciting violence to Jewish people.
In these unhinged tirades on a privately owned platform has got nothing to do with free speech.
Yeah, but the point of Twitter right now is kind of, Elon Musk bought Twitter to make it like a free speech platform. Like, I understand.
I invited him back onto Uncensored.
That's why I firmly believe in my mantra of make retards again. Cancel culture is cancer culture. If you're gonna keep stifling and suppressing people, they're just gonna gather together in their little oppressed groups, all right? You know? That's wild, bro. And it's insane, because in my opinion, Piers Morgan is so inconsistent with so many of his opinions. All right, Piers Morgan has platformed. Can I tell you my number one major gripe with Piers Morgan? All right, are you ready? I was thinking of giving this a whole separate video, but I'm gonna tell you my number one major gripe with Piers Morgan specifically. On his show, he has had Dan Blazarian, Candace Owens, Hassan Piker, Kanye West. He has rabid anti-Semites on his show all the time. And I don't even think that's a problem, because I think he absolutely should be able to have these people and have debates with these people. Normally, he isn't informed enough to have debates with these people, so therefore it ends up becoming awful. That said, he refuses to have on his show, or even talk remotely positively about, Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson is a British man that was arrested for quote-unquote Islamophobia. So you're telling me that he has no problem platforming some of the most despicably vile Jew haters on the platform, right? All those people, he had Myron Gaines, he had hijab, like all these people anyone that knows this kind of community at all, like these are, you know, they're Holocaust deniers. They hate Jews. They say it openly. They say Jews are all satanic. Like they rewrite history to hate Jews. And he has these people on his fucking podcast, and I don't care. I really don't. I think you should be able to have these conversations with them. But he refuses vehemently to even talk remotely positively or entertain the perspectives of Tommy Robinson. I think that was his name, right? Tommy Robertson? The British man that was arrested for quote-unquote Islamophobia after he released a exposed document on Muslim rape gangs that were running around in England. That guy was arrested for Islamophobia, and he refuses to have him on. In my opinion, that's a double standard.
Because at least on my show, I can call him out for what he's been doing and put myself in between the 33 million followers who see his post without any challenge whatsoever. Our producer spotted that he was in Spain with his friend Sneako, and we invited both of them on for an interview. They very quickly agreed, and Sneako spent several days talking about it, but they mucked us around, a significant expense, both in time and money, to me, my crew in Spain, and my team here in London. More importantly, he didn't turn up yesterday.
He just didn't show up to the interview. I feel like Kanye is really pushing cancel culture to the absolute limit. Like, the mainstream media is getting yanked around by these fucking individuals right now, and it's so fun to watch.
Today. So it seemed to me then it might all just be a stunt. But I went ahead and said, okay, we'll have another go today. Ye told Sneako not to be offended if he stormed off very shortly before today's interview started. You can judge for yourself how it went and whether Ye has any respect or, frankly, any marbles. I'm not a shrink. But if you're so delusional or fragile you don't expect a journalist to ask you questions about your publicly stated love of Hitler, you should probably talk to somebody other than me.
I'll be honest, I do think Kanye's fragile. I think he is I don't want to be rude, I really think he's an incredibly broken man. An incredibly broken man that was got really, really famous, had awful mental issues, and was taken advantage of by, like, everyone around him. And now he hates Jews, which is, it's the rabbit hole. You know, if anything ever bad happens to you and you can always blame it on the Jews, then hell yeah. You make yourself a random scapegoat enemy for everything of all time.
What followed, frankly, was a farce.
I'm getting your multi-tracks right now.
All right, let's go. I'm ready. Hell yeah. There he is. Adolf Hitler himself.
I'm about to step in this interview, but I can hop back on.
Oh my God, it's Sneako. He just came to watch. I mean, that's what Sneako does. Sneako in his legendary Sneako chair, positioned to watch. That's exactly what he's here for.
Whenever it's done.
My favorite thing about Sneako is that he unabashedly says, old enough to bleed, old enough to breed.
Nuance right there.
I don't know if he actually says that exactly, but he basically does say that he basically just said that, yeah. Well, we know Sneako. I've covered him in the past.
It's idiotic.
Why do you think Yi is hanging out with Sneako? Because they both hate Jews! What do you mean? It's the Jew hater community. Dude, you don't understand. Like, Hitler must be rolling over in his grave that his number one supporters in 2025 are Kanye West, a black guy, Sneako, a cuck. I think his dad is black. We got Nick Fuentez, who's a gay Mexican. All right. We got Candace Owens, a black lady. All right, who else likes Hitler? Myron Gaines, a black guy. Like, dude, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love and so many.
Okay, what are you
Kanye puts out love. You gotta be delusional, brother.
talking about?
Oh, God.
We have to admit this is somewhat entertaining. You know, this is going to be laughed at by many people. It's not what I think, but
Not wrong.
that was funny.
All right, well, let's see. I'm ready.
West is rarely out of the headlines at the moment. It's fair to say the headlines are equally rarely positive. The rapper producer,
So yeah, because he's a freak.
a fashion designer, is currently working on a new album. Several new tracks were previewed on a recent live stream with his friend Sneako, and both Sneako and Ye join me now. Well, welcome to Uncensored. Ye, we haven't spoken for a while. How are you?
I'm doing good. I don't use the term West, you know, the whole drop the slave name idea.
Oh, wait, you're not even allowed to... Dude, wait, let me get this straight. Hold on. This dude is trying to fight back against cancel culture by saying, you told me I can't make a N-word Hail Hitler song, and I will anyway. But he's offended when people call him by his dead name? Oh, God, this fragile man.
Okay, so we just call you Ye, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
right.
well, look, when I last interviewed, we had a long conversation. And since then, a
No
lot has
way.
happened in your life.
He's going for his phone.
And so I'm grateful for the opportunity to try and talk to you about some of this.
That's crazy. He went straight to his phone. And then there's Sneako just watching, as he does.
How would you say your life is at the moment?
I mean, you see that view?
Yeah.
What the fuck? This is crazy.
Your life is good?
Oh, God.
Well, judge it on the view as the answer to how my life is.
This is crazy. This is already going so poorly. Oh, my God.
Judge me by the view.
Well, the view is Mallorca. I've been there. It's a beautiful place. And for all intents and purposes, you seem very relaxed and happy. That is in direct contrast to your public image at the moment over the last couple of years, led by your ferocious... Well, hang on, let me finish the question. Led by your ferocious use of...
No, but I already disagree. It's not in contrast. There's so many people and artists that are championing the idea of someone being able to just express who they really are and have been able...
The freedom of speech. The freedom of speech. Let's go. Didn't he just recently admit to sucking his cousin's dick?
to go through the war of being attacked by the banks, being attacked,
Oh, God.
by
You've got to be kidding me.
the banks. That's the best way to put it.
Attacked by the banks. This is cinema. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Oh my God, the Jews, they're after him.
Attacked by the banks and to still be here with this view is, that's the win. So I think I'm in contrast to your contrast.
Okay, but the point I was going to make is that I watch what you put out on X. You've got 32 million followers, so you're one of the most followed people.
Wait, look right now. You're not gonna take inches off my dick, bro. What do I have?
Well, how many is it?
Oh God, 33 million, not
I
32.
think you could do a study. You got a whole staff over there.
That's
I thought it was
crazy.
32 million. How many is it? You obviously know.
Don't help them out.
I'm told
gonna
it's
do whatever you
33
want.
million now, so congratulations. You're slightly bigger following than I thought.
No,
This is
congratulations. Your
crazy.
information.
The pettiest man of all time. This is so amazing. Y'all are embarrassing. No. This is so good. This is so good. Stop, bro. This is hilarious.
It's correct. You're not just some, dude trying to sub. I'm a gift, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh my God! This is amazing! This is an entire group of retards. Dude, I have come to recognize that my career on the internet is, I think, promoting a positive influence on society and calling retards again. This is amazing. He is a gift. He is so right.
Why do all you people in media act like you haven't played my songs at your weddings or graduations or at funerals or when your child was born? You take somebody that's living like a Lennon, a Michael Jackson, and you just take all this time to just like that nuance right there. It's idiotic.
Is he going on the fact that he said it was 32 million instead of 33 million on Twitter?
It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in
Love?
the art.
With respect, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
This is
It's
awesome.
Okay, now you're not taking accountability.
Accountability.
Literally,
He just said my mistake. This is great.
you implied I haven't played music. Of course I play music.
No, sir. This is what you get for now. We can circle back when you can count.
Okay.
Oh my God! He just leaves. That was the whole interview. That was the whole interview. Oh my God! I thought he'd at least give him a single question, bro. He didn't even give him one question. All right, we're moving over. All right, hell yeah. We gotta help you see the cuck.
Where's he gone, Sneako?
That's it for Ye. But it's nice to meet you, Piers.
Yay.
Where's he gone?
That's crazy.
I think he's going back to work. There's several things he's working on. I was not aware he was going to leave like this, but it seems like he got upset about that.
So it's all just a game, is it? Is that the idea?
Followers. I mean, life is a video game, is it?
Oh my God,
No, I
this
just
is on the
wondered what
news. This is on the news, God damn it. Nice to meet you, Piers. Have you met my girlfriend? I think she would be into you. Can I watch?
The point of this exercise was he supposed to do an interview or not?
Are you supposed to do an interview? But I mean, the amount of Twitter followers, something like that, it's patronizing for no reason. You said...
There is no way, Sneako, like the arbiter of being based and shit, there's no way this dude is actually offended on behalf of another man for saying that he had 32 million Twitter followers instead of 33 million Twitter followers. And you could tell Piers is livid. Now, I'm just going to be real here. Piers got Kanye, a controversial guy that should be banned everywhere, according to Piers, got him on his show for ratings.
His name incorrectly. His name is Ye. This is very public about that.
He even called him Ye.
We could do it. I think this was good. We were prepared for a good interview. But come on, you know what you were doing.
What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think he knows what he was doing. I swear to God, I don't think Piers meant anything. He did not mean anything. The dialogue, like I'm telling you, these guys, these are literally oblivion NPCs in real life.
I'm doing.
I think you were trying to patronize very intentionally by getting
Patronize? This is real. I cannot believe this little fucking bitch is offended on behalf. Everyone's a retard. The only winner is me. This is glorious. It's okay, Piers. He's just in the other room fucking my girlfriend. He will be back.
getting those two things, under his skin. Maybe it could have been about past interviews or because of what happened yesterday. But I mean,
What happened
this information
yesterday?
is not that difficult to get right.
There's no way he's serious. This is clown world. And the funny thing is, Piers doesn't believe a word he's saying, and it's true because this guy is like an actual clown. But he's so mad. He's so mad.
Yeah, we called him Ye, and we got his Twitter following count wrong by 1 million, from 32 to 33 million. Also, for the record, you guys dicked us around yesterday, and you seem to be entertaining and amusing.
This is on the news, bro. This is the news. Piers Morgan is one of the biggest newscasters on the planet. This is news now, guys.
In your live stream, which I'm sure you will know.
That's the third dick reference in this interview.
Now, you kept all my crew in Spain and here waiting and then wasted their time. And then you got us all back now and you've wasted our time again. And you again may find that funny and entertaining, and that's fine. I don't. I think it's a total waste of everyone's time and effort and money.
True.
Well, I mean, it is. I was ready for the interview yesterday, too. My time is important as well. Regardless if it was wasted, we have to admit this is somewhat entertaining. This is going to be laughed.
That is such a non-defense. It's like you ruined my entire day. Well, this is entertaining at least. Nice.
At by many people.
What's
not what I expected,
entertaining?
What's entertaining? Bro's about to cry. Dude, it's amazing. Oh, God.
That was funny. That's undeniably walking off right into the beginning of an interview is funny.
Yeah?
The silence.
Out of interest,
That's crazy. They're just sitting there silently looking at each other.
What do you do with him?
I'm working on several films right now. I am streaming
He's fucking my girlfriend.
out here. I'm editing, and I work on things behind the scenes, some inspiration for art. I'm just there to...
Inspiration for art. This is Sneako, the avid defender of cuties, the fucking French movie about 12-year-old girls that are twerking. Like, this is crazy.
try to help fulfill his vision.
Well, let me
And
ask
also work on my
you
own
the
too, and
questions
I'm-
I would have asked him. So, I mean, out of interest, what is with his obsession with Hitler? Why is he so rampantly anti-Semitic?
I'm not
All
getting
social
questions on
media.
his behalf.
Well, you're going to have to
I
because
can't
he's
answer
not there.
questions on his behalf.
What do you mean you're gonna have to?
He's not there.
What's that? What's that?
He's not there. Literally, he's dropping a track today called Heil Hitler. Why are you happy to be associated with somebody like that out of interest?
I'm not going to speak on his art and his vision while he's
That's not his vision. He asked you, why are you happy to be associated with him? Now, I can answer on behalf of Piers if you want. It's because Sneako also hates Jews. Sneako also has his massive anti-Jew rant where he talks about how Jews are evil and control the world and Israel is evil. And also clout. Also, because Sneako's a massive clout bitch. A lot of people don't know this about Sneako's past, but as someone that's beefed with him in the past, a little briefly, I got to learn this. Sneako tried his goddamn best to get on Keemstar's show. That didn't work. He tried his goddamn best to get in with Mr. Beast. He was in a Mr. Beast video. Mr. Beast threw him out because dude's a retard, so he backstabbed Mr. Beast. Then he went and tried to get on Andrew Schultz. Then Andrew Schultz threw him off his dick, so he started hating Jews. And then he tried to suck up to Andrew Tate, so he became a Muslim. This dude is the ultimate grifter. All right, you're surprised. Well, obviously, Piers Morgan doesn't know that little bit of history, but yeah.
I'm asking you why you're happy to be associated with somebody who most of the world believes is now a rampant anti-Semite.
Well, you're associated as well. Your show's called Piers Morgan Uncensored.
Yeah.
You tried to get him censored on X.
Sneako got him. The fucking cuck got him. He got him!
And here you are on the release this song doing an interview with him. So we're all involved here. It's not like I'm the only one complicit.
Look at him. He's like, yeah, we all clout chasers in this house. We all clout chasers here.
Yeah, the reason I wanted to get him on was because I don't think anyone holds him to account for anything he does on X. And in fact, he deliberately breaches all of X's rules, and yet he does it with impunity and is allowed to do it, whereas millions of other accounts get suspended for far less offences. So I was going to ask him directly, which is why I mentioned his X following. I was going to ask him about what he puts on X and why he does this, why he continually attacks Jewish people, why he continually celebrates Adolf Hitler. And then I'm curious about, given he's not there, can't answer these questions, what your association is with this guy and whether you're comfortable to be associated with somebody who most people consider to be an anti-Semite.
I think I just answered this question. And these are good questions. I think I just answered half of that.
We haven't answered the question, have you?
You didn't answer anything. He's just like, I'm not answering on his behalf. He's like, so why do you hang out with him? He's like, I don't answer on his behalf.
I mean, if I did, you said, what are you doing out here? And I said, I'm doing films and I'm recording behind the scenes and I'm streaming and I'm...
He asked about your association with him and you failed to answer because he doesn't want to admit on mainstream television that he's a rampant anti-Semite too. He doesn't want to say the quiet part out loud. That's what these people do. They operate in the shadows. He doesn't want to admit that he thinks that Hitler's based and shit.
I'm editing and helping fulfill his
Have
vision.
you been helping him with the track Heil Hitler?
No, I don't. I'm not a music guy. And if you wanted to get questions about his Twitter correct, then you should have got the number of followers correct. That was something intentionally wrong.
So I got
if you
the
know
size of his
everything
dick,
about
is that what you say?
Well, if you know everything else that he's tweeting, you should have got that right as well.
Oh, don't be so pathetic, Sneako. Honestly, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get good content which will promote you, Sneako. And I'm just curious how you, Sneako, deal with the fact that you are so openly associating yourself with somebody who seems to worship Adolf Hitler and is pro the Nazis. Do you feel comfortable about that?
No, we worship God.
No way. Listen, the reason why we support Hitler is because we worship God. What the fuck? I love that argument. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Don't look at the Bible. Don't look at the Bible because I'm pretty sure John said in the New Testament that we must bless the Jews. Don't look at the Bible, Sneako. That might mess with your whole worldview.
That I'm here promoting this. We could talk about how pathetic it is
Hitler.
that you were essentially working for Israel up until
what? Working for Israel?
a couple months ago. And
was I working for Israel?
Like genocide.
Oh my God, this is crazy. This is insane. It's always the comeback with these people. Because you gotta realize, according to Sneako and his little group of retards, everyone supports Israel. That's what he thinks. He thinks that the world is all secretly run by Israel. Israel is controlling everyone. That's literally what their playbook is. So if you disagree with them, you must be owned by a Jew. That's their fucking bullshit.
And not pushing back.
What do you mean not pushing back? Piers Morgan has literally a complete mix of people. By the way, for the record, earlier in this very reaction, I listed the fucking, the 7 deadly sins of anti-Semites that he's had on this show. All right? What are we even talking about?
Working for Israel.
He has Hassan on his show. He has Hassan's uncle Cenk on his show, also very anti-Israel. Mohammed Hijab is on his show. Candace Owens is on his show, very anti-Israel. Myron Gaines is on his show. Sneako's now on his show. Kanye West is on his show. Bro literally gathered the fucking retard Avengers of Jew haters on his show. Like, you don't understand.
If it's pathetic to make films behind the scenes of one of the greatest living artists, probably the greatest living artist.
He certainly was.
To point the finger at you.
He certainly was a great. He was a great artist. Unfortunately, he's become a rampant anti-Semite who adores Adolf Hitler, embraces Nazism, uses swastikas.
He says he loves everyone.
To sell his new record out called Heil Hitler. So forgive me if I don't currently see him as one of the
everything in this question is incorrect.
Yeah, but I don't see
everything you're saying in this question is incorrect.
Sorry?
The song isn't out. The song isn't out for one. And two, he says he loves everyone. He says he loves Jews. He says Hitler.
I love this argument, bro. It's so good. He loves everyone, which is why he stormed off the interview. Oh my God. He loves everyone. He loves Jews. When he says you should own Jews and whip and enslave Jews and he wants to go DEFCON 3 on Jews, that's how he professes his love. Yeah, he's talking about ye.
Says he loves everybody. But
so when he says, well, let me ask you, given you're the one sitting there, he said Jews were better as slaves. You have to put your Jews in their place and make them into your slaves. You then said make your Jews...
Yeah, you could argue that's inciting violence. I hear that, but I don't know, man. He's just a retard on the internet. Like, we have to calm down a little bit.
Work for you, but watch them as close as you can. Whip the Jews.
Holy
shit. You comfortable with that, Sneako?
He's laughing!
I find it funny. That's not...
No way! We are living in the best timeline. Don't let the internet fool you because everything is bleak and tragic out there, okay? Oh my God. Dude, don't let the internet fool you, okay? That it's bleak. No. Shit's funny as fuck. You just gotta realize how funny shit could be. Oh my God. So he's saying Kanye is just a hypocrite, Nux. Yeah, Kanye is a hypocrite. Kanye's a retard. Kanye's a hypocritical retard. Absolutely. He's a piece of shit. But you're gonna tell me this isn't entertaining? Oh my God.
Something that I would do personally. I don't whip
You think
anybody.
it's funny,
I
do you?
don't,
Whipping
condone
Jews?
slavery.
Using Jews as slaves? You know what I
The
mean?
context of that is funny, yeah.
What about, how do you explain the context of you should whip your Jews as funny?
Remove any sense of
I mean,
that is
humor. What's the
ridiculous.
humor?
Removing humor from that is ridiculous.
I mean, do you want me to break down a joke for you?
You think it's a joke, do you, about whipping Jews?
Yeah, I'm
See, but the problem is, like, in England, you get arrested for Islamophobic memes. So, like, dude, you see where he's coming from the complete opposite side of this. This is why I'm here in the center, as you can tell. On the left, we have this individual over here, Piers Morgan, who, he's in a country that arrests people for Islamophobic memes. And on the right over here, we have Sneako. He supports whipping Jews or something. And then you have me. In the center, chaotic neutral. We make fun of all the retards that deserve it.
pretty sure it's a joke because I've been here for a couple weeks and he hasn't whipped any Jews.
Really? So because he hasn't actually whipped
that
any
doesn't
yet.
make it a joke.
He really has.
Yeah.
Really has. But before I leave, I don't want to speak on his behalf. If you're agreeing
But what
that
choice
he's
do we
the
have? You
greatest
set
living
this
artist
thing.
right now.
You set this farce up. He's dicked us around. You're the one left. So you're going to have to be accountable for him. Unless you want to walk away
What?
too.
Accountable?
What do you want to hold me accountable?
If you don't want to answer questions either, you are free to stand up and walk away like a little sniveling
Well, you can ask
coward
questions.
too.
If you have questions for me, though, I'm
You
free
know
to
what?
answer
A
those,
question
but
for
just
you.
ask-
He doesn't have questions for you because you're an irrelevant little runt on the internet. Because you're nothing. He never heard of you, bro. You think you're... Dude thinks he's so important. Bro, he doesn't know who you are. What do you think he has questions for you? You are only here to sit in the cuck chair and watch like you tend to.
Why is your mate Ye?
Is this whole thing going to be interrupting, or is this whole thing just going to be interrupted? Do you want me to speak at all?
You're sounding like Andrew Tate Light, like he's a little younger brother we never knew about.
He killed him. It's over. Sneako's gonna get up and walk away. Andrew Tate Light's annoying little younger brother. You nailed it, bro. You nailed it. Oh my God! He killed him. What does Sneako even do? He sucks semen out of his friends to try to become more famous. Holy shit!
Okay, doesn't work with me. Okay, you set this thing up. It's obviously some
He
kind
is
of
offended right now. Oh my God!
elaborate prank.
Okay,
that you're
your
pulling
team asked
with
me to
your
do
mate
this.
Ye.
If you want to be
But given that
Netanyahu
you-
Light on
But
TV,
given you
Wait, so he calls him Andrew Tate Light, so he calls him Netanyahu Light. Piers Morgan isn't even pro-Israel. This is incredible. Oh my lord! This is the greatest fucking stupid bitch beef I've ever seen.
want to make,
you want to be
that's fine.
Then sure. If you want to do ad hominem attacks, then why invite someone on your show? I set this up because your team asked me to do it. I did everything that I could. If I knew that this would, I'm not here wasting your time. You're angry at me.
Sneako, wait, I'm sorry. We have to go back to that roast one more time. This is amazing.
Then I'll feel
You
free
know
to
what?
yay.
Why is your mate Ye?
Is this whole thing going to be interrupting, or
Why
He wasn't even interrupting.
is this whole thing just going to be interrupting? Or do you want me to speak at all?
You're sounding like Andrew Tate Light, like he's annoying
Got him.
little younger brother we never knew about.
Right.
Okay, doesn't work with me.
Dude, look how triggered he is. This is amazing.
Okay, you set this thing up. It's obviously some kind of elaborate prank.
Okay,
that you're
your
pulling
team asked
with
me to
your
do,
mate.
if you want to be
But given that
Netanyahu
you-
Light on TV.
Wait, so he took a 15-second pause to come up with a comeback, and he was just like, "You're the Jew, Jew."
But given you want to make, given
if you want to be
okay,
Dave
you think it's
Portnoy
all
with
fun.
the
Dave Portnoy? What does Dave Portnoy have to do with, like, what? He's a Jewish comedian. It's because he's Jewish, right? He's like, if you want to be like a Jew, got him.
It's fine.
then
Who's Netanyahu? Netanyahu is the prime minister of Israel, and Dave Portnoy is just like a Jewish guy, like Jewish comedian. I don't even know. That's crazy. This is awesome. This is the greatest. This is television. I'm so happy this is on the news.
if you want to do ad hominem attacks, then why invite someone on your show? I set this up because your team asked me to do it. I did everything that I could. If I knew that this would, I'm not here wasting your time. You're angry at me for setting up an interview that you wanted. If you have questions for me, I'm happy to answer those.
Here's
If
my
you want to
question.
keep doing
Why
this,
do you-
there's no point in me being here.
Why did you stand up like a sniveling little coward and walk away before I could ask you difficult questions?
These people
For
are
the
terrible.
third time, Piers, I don't know if you have a hearing problem, but I'm not going to answer questions on another man's behalf. But
Really?
thank you for
Even though
having
you
me.
set
If you
up
would
the
like to
interview
talk
with
one-on-one
him.
another time, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
thank
turning
you.
from me, he's a sniveling little coward, and he's
Dude,
an
this is
anti-Semite
awesome.
and a Hitler worshipper.
True.
That's what I would have asked him if he'd had the balls to sit there and take the questions. And there you are, proudly associating yourself with him. Good luck to you, Sneako. Everyone can see you for what you are.
That was so good, bro. I enjoyed the fuck out of this. Actual retards everywhere. Oh my god. This is amazing. We truly live in the greatest era. If you want to see more highbrow political commentary and epic retard detection skills, definitely subscribe and hit that join button to support your boy. Yeah, this was really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Obviously, Piers Morgan doesn't know about Sneako like I do. I've beefed with him in the past, so I know a thing or two about this guy. Yeah, he just hates Jews. Obviously, they got together. Like, there is a thread that ties all of the Kanye West gamers together. They all hate Jews. It's pretty great. Definitely subscribe. And also, if you have Jewish friends, every once in a while, maybe go to them and tell them, you should know. I know that there are a lot of, like, big Jewish voices on the internet, but they're retards. You will make your Jewish friend's day. So, anyway, see you in the next one, gamers. Bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.